There are 3 top reasons why the discipline methods you have been using to try to teach and train your child to behave may not be working. Number 1 is inconsistency. There are 2 ways you may be inconsistent. Many times when I'm with parents in a consult or coaching session, the first question I ask about any specific issue they're trying to remedy is, what have you done so far to try to solve this problem? Parents often will give me a list of things they have tried that are sometimes really good things to do. But as I talk through what is going on with them, I can see the problem is that they are inconsistent in the application of the discipline. Like I said, there are 2 ways you may be inconsistent and not realize it. One is not addressing the problem every time, and the other is that you may address it every time, but the application of the discipline isn't always the same. This is why in many of my videos I give very specific step-by-step instructions with exact words to say and exact actions to take. The reason for that is so that the child will have no doubt about what to expect. It's exactly the same every time. So for example, the remedy to get your child to stay in bed. You ask 3 specific questions every time they get out of bed when they shouldn't, and take the same exact actions every time. This will give you a specific plan to fix the problem, and the child will always know what to expect. Consistency is the key to effectiveness, and that's why this kind of method works so well. Any method that has exact consistency works the most effectively. Number 2, parental fears. There are so many times when I am discussing issues with parents and I can see they are afraid. Sometimes they don't realize they're parenting in fear, but they are. Mostly there is a fear of being seen as mean or unkind if they hold the child accountable for their actions. And this plays into another parental fear, that their child will feel uncomfortable. If you're having problems with your discipline methods not working, consider that some of the steps you're taking may not be done effectively because you are trying to avoid your child feeling uncomfortable. Your child having feelings of discomfort is a path to learning. If they're doing something that is unacceptable and they know it ahead of time, and your parental response makes them feel uncomfortable, or even if they don't know ahead of time and the natural consequences make them feel uncomfortable, you need to see that as a blessing. If your actions cause them to feel uncomfortable when they are willfully doing something that is wrong, that is a totally good thing. So you may need to change your mindset and don't let your fears rule your parental words and actions. Remember that it is a good thing if your child experiences discomfort if it is done while learning a lesson. Number 3, unrelated consequences. The most common mistake other than inconsistency that I hear from parents is that they took away a child's belongings or privileges without relating that to the behavior they're trying to change. For example, a child keeps hitting their little brother, so they take away a toy, or they keep getting out of bed, so they tell them they won't get to watch their favorite TV show the next day. This is like putting fertilizer on a garden of anger and rebellion. A child needs to relate the consequences with the behavior itself in their mind. Sometimes it's easy to figure out consequences that relate by the nature of the misbehavior. They throw a toy across the room in anger, they don't get to play with that toy the rest of the day or week or whatever, depending on their age. They throw a fit, they get CTM until they are finished. If you don't know what that is, I'll put a link here somewhere at the top of the screen and in the description below. If they don't eat their breakfast, they're hungry later in the morning. Other times you can relate consequences to the behavior by laying out privileges they can earn by accomplishing certain things. For example, they can earn the privilege of listening to a mommy recording or a short audiobook after lights are out by getting in bed on time without fussing. This also means if they don't get in bed on time without fussing, they lose that privilege, which is a consequence that relates to that behavior because you have linked that consequence in their mind by letting them know this ahead of time. Now, if you're a parent who's still struggling, you can visit my website and order How to Train Your Child to Behave on audiobook, ebook, or print. And if you feel you need further help, you can even schedule a private consultation or parenting coaching session with me. You can find that at mommyanswerlady.com, or you can see the link in the description below. Parents, you can do this. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you here next time.